Hello again, everyone. Welcome to Washington Gun Law TV. I am Washington Gun Law President William Kirk. Thanks for joining us. Hey, listen, for those of you who've been geeking out on this channel now for a while, you know that we've spent about 85 to 90% of our time talking about magazine bans, assault weapon bans, or that goddamn pistol brace rule. And these are some of the more prominent ways that those that are advancing civilian disarmament are coming after you, the lawful and responsible gun-owning American. Well, both of those issues appear to be headed for the battle royale. We are finally going to get to resolve some of those issues, and they all happen to be occurring on the same day. We're going to talk about what's going to happen. We're going to also kind of look into our crystal ball and see if we can make a prediction as to what's going to happen here. So today, let's spend a few very important minutes and talk about one of the most critical days in the history of the Second Amendment. Okay, so the topic we are talking about is June 29th, 2023. Why is June 29th, 2023 so important? Well, there is not one, but two huge arguments that are going to take place that are ultimately either going to resolve these issues or end up in front of the United States Supreme Court, but will ultimately have a bearing on every one of your constitutional rights, no matter what corner of the country you live in. Let's first talk about the one that I feel more positive about. This is the one that I am predicting that, yes, the plaintiffs are going to prevail in this case, and that is the matter of Mock v. Garland. Mock v. Garland is set for oral arguments on June 29th before the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals in beautiful New Orleans, Louisiana. Of course, the plaintiffs in that case are claiming that the ATF's pistol brace rule, or firearms with attached stabilizing braces, Rule 2021R-08F, whatever you want to call it, has numerous constitutional deficiencies to it, which in fact it does. Now, there has been a request for a nationwide injunction. That was denied, but between the membership in various organizations, there are quite a few Americans right now currently enjoying injunctive relief from this rule. The plaintiffs in this case have done an excellent job. We've had an opportunity to go through their pleadings. We've had an opportunity to look at the government's response pleadings. And it is Washington Gun Law's prediction that in the matter of Mock v. Garland, the plaintiffs are going to prevail, and the Fifth Circuit will be striking down the pistol brace rule on probably multiple constitutional as well as Administrative Procedural Act grounds, okay? That argument, again, is taking place June 29th in New Orleans at the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals. Now, the other case, which is also being argued on June 29th, this one before the Seventh Circuit Court of Appeals in Chicago, Illinois, is the case of Harrel v. Raoul. Now, this is a challenge to two separate bans out of the state of Illinois. The first is Illinois' assault weapon ban, a ban that we have covered ad nauseum here at Washington Gun Law, because never has a more nefarious and sinister act been committed upon the citizens of the state than what Governor Pritzker and the Illinois State Legislature did to its citizens earlier this year. Illinois' assault weapon ban, which was actually an innocuous piece of insurance legislation turned into an outright assault weapon ban in about 72 hours, is one of the two subjects of debate in the case of Harrel v. Raoul. The other one is Illinois' magazine capacity ban. Of course, they have a restriction banning magazines which exceed 10 rounds. That is also one of the subjects on appeal in the matter of Harrel v. Raoul, taking place June 29th before the Seventh Circuit United States Court of Appeals in Chicago, Illinois. So, as you can see, June 29th will become a huge, huge day. Now, we do not anticipate rulings on either one of those cases. We probably will not get rulings until sometime much later in the summer. Washington Gun Law is going to officially predict that in the matter of Mock v. Garland, the plaintiffs will prevail and the pistol brace rule will be struck down by the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals. However, Washington Gun Law is also going to predict that in the matter of Harrel v. Raoul, the Seventh Circuit Court of Appeals will uphold Illinois' assault weapon ban as well as their magazine ban. They will do so in some rather disingenuous way. You might want to read the judge's ruling in the injunction in the case out here of Hartford v. Ferguson in the state of Washington to get a roadmap of where we believe the Seventh Circuit will go. We believe it will be a close vote, but the majority of the justices will rule in favor of Illinois' assault weapon ban, thus placing Illinois' assault weapon ban, as well as the one currently being challenged in Maryland under the case of Bianchi v. Frosch, as two of the more likely candidates to get themselves to the United States Supreme Court as early as next year. Okay, once again, just to recap, Mock v. Garland, a challenge to ATF's pistol brace rule, will be argued June 29th before the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals in New Orleans. And then also the same day in the Seventh Circuit Court of Appeals in Chicago, Harrel v. Raoul, a challenge to Illinois' assault weapon ban and magazine ban. As soon as we get developments on either one of those cases, you will in fact be the first to know. Listen, if you have any questions about this huge day coming up or anything else related to what's left of our Second Amendment rights, you guys should know how to get a hold of Washington gun law by now. But if you don't, that's okay. That information is right down there in the description box. In the meantime, I do want all of you to remember that part of being the lawful and responsible gun owner, like we talk about all the time here, is to know what the law is in every situation, how it applies to you in any instance that you may find yourself. Until next time, thanks for watching and stay safe.